It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A man is expected to reappear in Toronto local court today over the alleged sexual abuse of a young girl. Detectives commenced an investigation in August following reports a 5-year-old had allegedly been sexually abused by a man known to her. The 45-year-old was arrested at a Cooranbong home last week and was refused bail in court on 3 sex assault charges. As the Hunter Valley contends with one of the worst droughts on record, the Prime Minister is pushing back against criticism drought relief programs aren't enough to help struggling farmers. Critical water shortages in many towns have pushed rural communities to breaking point. Labor argues the government isn't doing enough, forcing farmers to walk away from the land. But Scott Morrison has told Macquarie Radio they've been increasing relief.
And we've just finished the most recent financial year where we put an additional $318.5 million in additional support to farmers, and everything from additional support through the farm household allowance, the support for mental health in communities.
Meanwhile, Upper Hunter MP Michael Johnson is urging the state's water minister to revive a plan for a new dam in the region. The 450 gigalitre Camerons Dam was first proposed in the early 1980s for the Pages River between Murrurundi and Scone. Water New South Wales costed the dam in 2018 at $897 million as part of an infrastructure option study looking at possible projects over the next 20 years. Michael Johnson believes the dam will be able to drought-proof the region for generations to come. However, the Nature Conservation Council says the project relies on the Pages River, which isn't flowing. A man is admitted to being responsible for a fatal crash at Morisset almost 2 years ago. The trial of 40-year-old Andrew Forbes was due to start yesterday, but he instead pleaded guilty to aggravated dangerous driving, causing the death of his 74-year-old father. Police allege Forbes crashed his Toyota Hilux head-on into a BMW on Marconi Road in November 2017, while more than 5 times over the legal blood alcohol limit. His father, Norman, was a passenger in the car. Forbes will be sentenced in February. Police may have to scale back drug detection operations at music festivals in the Hunter and across the state under recommendations reportedly being considered by a New South Wales coroner. The findings won't be made public until next month, but the Telegraph reports a draft report has been given to police and health officials. It contains 40 recommendations, including introducing pill testing. Pregnant women in the Hunter will soon have access to an information package aimed at reducing the rate of stillbirth. 6 babies are lost to stillbirth every day, and the rate has not dropped in 2 decades. Federal Health Minister Greg Hunt says the Safer Baby Bundle is based on a similar initiative in the UK, which has been effective in reducing rates.
We've been able to do this with sudden infant death syndrome, and the medical advice is that if we support our doctors, support our nurses, support our midwives, in turn we can support our mums and reduce the rate of stillbirth in Australia.
2NURFM Sport.
Northern Ireland under-21 international Bobby Burns will be making his A-League debut against Newcastle's fierce rivals the Mariners in the F3 derby this Saturday night. Although new to Australia, the 20-year-old is no stranger to derbies and has played similar games in Edinburgh. Burns says he's glad to finally kick the season off.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming, I'm sure, for me and the rest of the players. My pre-season started on the 11th of June with Hearts, so I'm delighted that the season's finally starting, and just really looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Hunter Connections are weighing up a Caulfield Cup run for Big Duke over the return to the St Ledger Stakes at Randwick on Saturday. The 8-year-old Australian bloodstock import was 4th in the 2017 Melbourne Cup for now banned Victorian trainer Darren Weir. It was the most recent win for the stayer, which has since regained form under Newcastle trainer Chris Lees to run a fast finishing 5th in the Group 1 Metropolitan on October 5. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 42, 19, 45, 35, 38 and 43, and the supplementaries are 25 and 20. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.